Many of you know me for my standout role in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, where I was the glue that held that plot together. I was basically the foundation for all Hunger Games, many would argue. I, of course, played the iconic character, unnamed, uncredited doctor's assistant in District 8 Hospital shortly before the hospital was blown up, with a noble sacrifice the likes of which the cinema hasn't seen since, an emotional journey with my character that some viewers are still losing sleep over. My character was the focal point of the Hunger Games conflict, but unfortunately, as Uncle Ben would say, with great power comes great responsibility. Having stolen the show and the spotlight of the Hunger Games from Jennifer Lawrence, this led to me being thrown in the cum dumpster of Hollywood. I have unfortunately not landed another big blockbuster action role or anything since, though I do believe it's on its way in due time. I'm still waiting for the day Stan Lee gets revived with some necromancy and he summons me to the set of one of the Marvel movies for a leading role. However, in the meantime, until that day comes, I have landed a role in an incredible production that I'm sure we're all familiar with, Killer Bean. Many of you know Killer Bean is coming back as an episodic adventure, and the first episode just dropped, where I play a character named Kessler. Kessler is a major character, some would argue even more powerful than Killer Bean himself, and god damn it, I breathe life into that character. I put my whole asshole on the line for this one, on full display. I give you all kinds of emotions, a wide array of emotions. You can really feel the range of my voice acting abilities in just a single episode. It'll have you crying, it'll have you thinking. It is a performance for the ages, a masterclass in voice acting, I'd argue. I'll play you a short clip. Ravage, my children, ravage!
Where are you, Kessler?
You're too late, Killer Bean. I'm in my bathroom bunker now. It's got a 4-inch thick solid steel door surrounded by 8-inch thick concrete walls. No explosive can get through this. And guess what? I'm not coming out for a long time. You wanna know why? Because I have a 6-month supply of food and water, a secure power line that is impossible to disconnect, and a 4K TV loaded up with every streaming app you can imagine. Oh, and a working toilet. So I'm never coming out, Killer Bean, and you're never getting in here. Now, I don't want to play too much here because I don't want to spoil anything about my character because he's got a lot of depth. He's like the Joker from the Batman franchise. Now, as many of you know, I fucking love Killer Bean, so I was extremely excited to be a part of this. I just kind of wanted to talk about this for a minute or two, especially considering for some reason I'm getting emails about this telling me of things I need to change in Killer Bean as if I'm the one that made it. Let me make this clear. I don't make Killer Bean, I'm just here for the ride, baby. Jeff Liu is the mastermind behind the Killer Bean franchise, and he's the one that sat me in the booster seat and buckled my seatbelt and took me for the ride. I don't make these, so please stop sending me emails saying, Charlie, I was expecting this to have more action, why didn't you put more action in it? That wasn't me, alright? I'm not the one doing like fucking mocap for the beans or anything. I'm not the director. I'm just happy to be a part of it, really. I'm not like the fucking HR department for Killer Bean Studios Laboratory Incorporated or anything like that. So please don't take your complaints about it to me if you have complaints. Now, it's important to know this is the first episode of the series he's starting, and the first episode is aiming to set up the lore and the plot, I believe. So it is mainly story heavy, and as well as just general talking and explaining where we are in the Killer Bean extended universe. So there isn't as much action as you would expect after watching Killer Bean Forever, but I don't think that's a problem or a bad thing. I mean, shit, maybe we'll see this go in like a Hideo Kojima direction where all of a sudden you have time-traveling mechanical dinosaurs entering into the equation, and then you need like a full-time professional scholar to keep track of what's happening in the narrative, just someone that fucking studies the lore, like a Hideo Kojima game. Who knows, your guess is as good as mine. Again, I'm not part of the actual team making the production, I'm not in the writing room coming up with the story, I'm not there animating the fight scenes. I'm just a fan that liked the show and got lucky enough to be a part of it. So please stop taking all of these like deep, tough questions to me about Killer Bean. Hey Charlie, is Killer Bean religious? Charlie, what does Killer Bean think of the current political climate? Do you think you can make Killer Bean say something about that? Like, I don't fucking know. You're asking the wrong goddamn guy. I'm just sitting here with my dick in my hands playing Kessler in this show, and I'm having a great time doing it. And of course, I'm excited for more Killer Bean. Maybe we'll get to see some like real tonal shifts or something. All of a sudden it takes a mature spin where there's tits, rock and roll, blood and gore flying all over the place, Beans getting split in half, eaten alive, all kinds of crazy shit. Who knows what's in store for this season of Killer Bean. And I just wanted to talk about it because I think it's really fucking cool. And that's about it. Yeah. So yeah.